Hi, and welcome back to UK Money Wisdom. I'm Angie, and today I'd like to ask you a question. Are you a UK pensioner wondering, is my pension enough? Or maybe you're still working, looking at your statement and thinking, how on earth will I ever get there? You're not alone. Retirement planning in 2025 is a maze. Changes in rules, costs rising, and headlines screaming doom. But I'm here to show you today that it's not about hitting a magic million. It's about us understanding 3 real-world targets relating to the UK retirement living standards, which is based on the latest data from October 2025. And these are, number 1, exactly what the 2025-26 state pension pays, which is currently £11,973. Number 2, how much more you may need for a truly comfortable retirement. And number 3, the total pot you need to reach for a minimum, a moderate, or a comfortable retirement. Stay with me, and by the end of this video, you will know what's what and how to make it work for you. So let's start with the foundation of most retirement plans, and that is the UK state pension. For the 2025-26 tax year, the full new state pension is £230.25 per week, or £11,973 per year. But that's the maximum. You only get it if you've built up 35 full years of national insurance contributions. If you're unsure, check your record on gov.uk, that's gov.uk. Never guess your number, check it. Now here's a crucial update for 2025, and that's the Personal Allowance. The amount you can earn tax-free, and it's frozen at £12,570 until April 2028. And that's bad news, because it means the state pension now sits just £597 below the tax-free limit. So even a small private pension or modest savings interest will tip you into taxable income territory. Keep that in mind when you plan withdrawals or start drawdown. And remember, ISA income stays tax-free, so it's worth considering your balance. Now, let's examine those 3 retirement living standards, which are minimum, moderate, and comfortable. The best benchmarks we have come from the Pensions and Lifetime Savings Association, or PLSA. Now, they've updated their retirement living standards for 2025, and these are simple, realistic spending targets, they say, that show what life costs in retirement. There's an important caveat here. These are annual spending goals, not gross income. They also assume you own your home mortgage-free. Let's break each of these down. Level 1, the minimum living standard. The PLSA gives this as $13,400 for a single person and $21,600 for a couple. This is the essentials level, covering food, utilities, clothing, and household basics. You'll have a little left for small treats like eating out once a month or a simple UK holiday. Owning a car usually isn't included. What this means is if you get the full state pension of £11,973, you're about £1,427 short as a single person. But if you're a couple who both get the full state pension, which amounts to £23,946 combined, that's considered great news because your pensions already meet and exceed the minimum standard. That's your bedrock security. Let's look at the next level, level 2, which is a moderate living standard. And the PLSA give this as £31,700 for a single person and £43,900 for a couple. Quite a big jump, isn't it? And this is supposed to be the level most people aim for. That is, financial comfort without extravagance. You can run a small car, take a 2-week European holiday each year, eat out several times a month, and not stress about every penny. I'll be interested to hear in the comments what you think about that. If you're single, that means topping up the state pension of £11,973 by about £19,727 every year, per year, to reach that moderate £31,700 for a single person. And that will be through private savings or workplace pensions. Moving on to level 3 and the comfortable living standard. The PLSA give this as £43,900 for a single person and £60,600 for a couple. This is the freedom lifestyle. Long haul trips, theatre nights, quality food, and the option to replace your car every few years. Doing the maths, a couple aiming for this level needs to fund roughly £36,654 per year on top of their combined state pensions of £23,946, giving them that total of £60,600, which is the PLSA's benchmark for a high-quality, worry-free retirement. I think we need to look at some real-life examples and what size of pot you need. So you must ask yourself, how much do you actually need in your pension pot to generate these incomes? Well, it depends whether you use drawdown or buy an annuity, the guaranteed income for life. So let's use recent 2025 annuity market averages for a 65-year-old to keep it simple. A level single life annuity pays roughly 7.5% to 7.9% per £100,000. Now, an inflation-linked annuity pays 4.8% to 5.5% per £100,000. Do remember, rates vary by age, health and guarantees, so treat these as guides, not promises. Now here is an example of Jane, who is single and hoping to live a moderate lifestyle. Jane is 67 and receives the full state pension, that's £11,973. Her goal is a moderate income of £31,700 per year. So, she needs to generate £19,727 more annually. To do that, Jane would need a private pension pot between £250,000 for a level annuity and £410,000 for an inflation-linked annuity. That's her freedom target. Now, I think I'd better explain the freedom target, which is the financial goal someone sets for themselves to achieve before they can comfortably exercise pension freedoms. That is, to start accessing their pension savings flexibly under the pension freedom rules, which were introduced in 2015. Now let's move on to example 2 with David and Sarah, a couple who are hoping to enjoy a comfortable lifestyle. David and Sarah both received the full state pension, giving them £23,946 combined. To hit the comfortable level of £60,600, they will need to generate £36,654 per year from savings. Together, that means a total pot between £470,000 for level annuities and £760,000 for inflation-linked annuities. It sounds big, but remember, sharing costs makes a huge difference because living as a couple dramatically reduces the required income per person. I now want to give you 4 tips to help bridge the gap. And these are: tip 1, contribute more; tip 2, delay and de-risk; and tip 3, trace and consolidate. And I have a bonus tip, number 4, regarding national insurance. Okay, so tip 1 is where you need to re-evaluate your contributions. If you're still working, remember that the standard 8% workplace contribution, that's your payment plus your employer's, is rarely enough to meet the moderate or comfortable retirement targets. You must aim for 12% or more of your salary going in, especially if your employer matches your contribution, because that's free money towards your future. Tip number 2, delay and de-risk. If you're close to retirement and can afford to, consider deferring your state pension, because every 9 weeks you delay adds 1% extra income or 5.8% more per year, and this increase is both guaranteed and inflation linked. At the same time, review your investment risk. This is the stage to protect what you've built. So in tip 3, we must trace and consolidate. Most people have several small or forgotten workplace pensions. Do use the free gov.uk, that's gov.uk, pension tracing service to find them. Then consider bringing them together for easy management. But watch out for high annual fees. They're silent killers of pension growth, so review your plans regularly. And here's that bonus tip. Do check your national insurance record. Earlier this year, the special window to buy back missing NI years, all the way back to 2006, I'm afraid, officially closed in April 2025. However, you can still buy or fill gaps for the most recent 6 tax years, and this could still make a big difference. So if you haven't done it yet, check your NI record on gov.uk. For many people, paying around £800 to fill 1 missing year could still increase their state pension by over £275 per year for life. It's well worth checking. Even though the long backfill window has ended, this opportunity is still open every year on a rolling basis. Now let's recap the key 2025 figures for each different lifestyle. We have the minimum, £13,400 single, and we have the £21,600 for the couple. They're the minimum lifestyle. For the moderate lifestyle, we have the £31,700 for the single person and £43,900 for a couple. And for the comfortable lifestyle, we have £43,900 for the single person and £60,600 for a couple. Your number might look intimidating, but knowledge is power, which in this case means that the first step to control is simply knowing your goal and checking your forecast. Please do remember this important disclaimer that what I'm giving you is educational information and not financial advice. So, for tailored help with drawdown annuities or tax-efficient withdrawals, you must speak to a qualified FCA-regulated independent financial advisor. That's under the IFA. You can find one easily via MoneyHelper or unbiased.co.uk. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. It's the best way to help others find trustworthy pension info instead of panic rumours. Now, tell us in the comments which of these three levels, minimum, moderate or comfortable, are you aiming for, and what steps are you taking to get there? Thank you for watching. I'm Angie, and this is UK Money Wisdom. Let's all keep in the know. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.